Good.
Okay, so another one on lesson adapting. Again, we'll just sort of talk about why we're doing the adapting one, is because we've got some PDIs, and over the time some have not been successful on their part 3, and the main cause really was for lesson planning, the core competencies in that section there, and it's the most common area that most part 3 candidates fail on. Planning the lesson, adapting the lesson to suit the students' needs.
I'm sure you've seen them lots of times, well, or Facebook posts about PDIs that have got their part 3 coming up, and they've already decided what they are going to do for their lesson with that learner driver.
And that just sticks in their head.
Yes, it does.
When
so you'll see them as well. I've picked my route, I've picked my student. Any other advice that they can offer, that they can get?
My advice is, it's good to have an idea of what you're going to do with that student, and it's good to have a route in your head, but you need to sort of approach that sort of loosely and have it as a plan, almost as a backup plan, because no one drives perfectly, and there will be something that your student does
exactly
in terms of making a mistake. You know, if you're going to work on roundabouts, you know, they might make a mistake driving out the test centre car park.
Yeah, which you have to then deal with.
Which you'll then have to deal with straight away. So almost use your lesson plan and goal setting and roles and responsibilities in the initial layout of it, almost as your plan B, and your plan A will sort of turn up as you're driving along. Does that make sense?
Does, yeah.
So they often say, well, I've often heard there's no such thing as a bad student, but I think there is. I think you have to pick the right person.
Yeah. If you're going to have a student that you know is going to make lots and lots of mistakes, and you're just constantly firefighting those mistakes, it's not going to do you any good at all.
You're just fighting fire with fire.
Yeah.
You want a student that is competent. You don't need an awful lot of work. You can have a little bit of a general chit chat along the way, talking about, you know, the things, and they also want to be able to talk a lot as well.
Yes.
You know, get them thinking for themselves and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, okay, so we're going to look at adapting the lesson again. So we're going to come up with a lesson plan.
Yep.
And then we're going to get driving, and then Nick's going to throw in a fault. I'm sure it'll be on purpose, because Nick's a perfect driver, obviously. And then we'll look at adapting that, how we adapt it, when we adapt it, and then fix it, and then go back to the original lesson plan. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so into roll then, Nick.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so for the benefit of the people who are watching, what have we just been working on?
We've just been working on meeting situations.
Okay, yeah.
I got a little bit too close to the parked car.
You did.
On the left-hand side.
You did, yeah, and that resulted in us pulling up and just having a little chat about it.
Yeah.
All right, so can you remember sort of, you know, when we first started learning to drive and we first started coming on up to these meeting situations, can you remember what distance we have to give parked cars?
About a metre.
About a metre, or like a door's width.
Yes.
Yeah. And do you always have to give a door's width? Can you give less than a door's width?
You can give less than a door's width, but less space, less speed.
Yeah.
As you say, less space, less pace.
Less space, less pace. So if you can sort of continue at a nice speed and it's safe to go, give a door's width. If you feel as though you can fit through, but you might have to slow down a little bit, then you can still squeeze through.
Yeah.
Which will give you more opportunity to react to a car door opening or something like that. Okay, so what made you get close to that car then?
I got a bit concerned because there was a bus coming towards me. I thought the bus was going to get me.
Okay, so when we think going back over that scenario then, what do you think we could have probably done prior to that bus and prior to that coming up to that car? Do you think we could have
looked at all the information?
Okay.
So if the bus is on its side of the road, it's not going to be on my side of the road.
No, it's not. So
Right.
you've got the obstruction, haven't you?
Yes.
So you know at some point you're going to have to go over the lines.
Yes.
All right. So who has priority there?
A bus driver.
The bus driver. So you sort of squeezed through, didn't we?
Yes.
Should we have held back?
Should have, yeah.
Should we have held back? And how far back do we normally sort of hold back?
About 2 car lengths.
Yeah, if we can give it. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's something that we could just sort of go and work on?
Yes.
If that's all right
Yeah,
with you?
yeah.
Yeah. So you know about it.
Yep.
It's more just sort of, you know, how you feel and what you're thinking about when
Yeah.
we're going towards it. So how can I help you sort of do that then independently? Get to that independent phase on there. What do you think I could do?
Just give me a bit of a
help.
prompt.
Bit of a prompt.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Just like a bit of a keyword, like what we're going to do here,
Yes.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to be okay with doing the rest. So MSPSL, you're all right with that?
Yeah. Fine,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
What do we do before we go around these cars?
Always check your mirrors.
Okay.
Right mirror because I'm moving out to the right.
Okay. Do we need to signal?
Depends.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will it benefit anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're happy to sort of get moving, get going,
Yeah.
and we'll get you into some meeting situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. When you're ready, then we shall get moving, please. When it's safe. Already we've got a hazard on the right, haven't we?
Yep. Certainly have.
Keep an eye on those. They want you to bip the horn. Bless them. Okay, so are these cars an issue for us on the left?
Nope.
Okay. Good. What about these ones on the left? Are these
Nope.
an issue? No, why is that?
Lay by.
Okay, good. You got much on today?
No, not really. I'm done for the day now.
Okay,
It's
cool.
Friday. Poets' Day, isn't it?
All right. Anything coming towards us?
No.
Okay. Good gap. Good. Well, what are we going to do here then?
Scott is going to stop.
All right, very good.
I'm definitely going to stop.
Okay. Very good. All right, so I prompted you there.
Yep.
And you did that fine.
Yep.
When we next come up to the situation like that then,
Yep.
potentially there's one ahead if you can see that one.
Yep.
Do you want me to leave you to it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And now just sort of hold back and let you do it, yeah? All right. Sod's law, there won't be anything coming now, but
No.
what we're going to do here. Very good.
I can fit through that gap.
Yeah, good. All right, done right with those, haven't we?
Yes.
Good stuff. Okay, mate, at the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left, please.
Okay. So left at the end of the road.
Left at the end of the road. Okay, mate, what do you think about your position there? Did you notice that?
Notice what?
Did you notice how far we came out there when you turned?
Oh yeah.
Sort of went to the middle of the road, didn't we? You had to swing it back in.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Do us a favour. Just take the next road on the right for me.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that car's very close to it.
It is. Yeah. So you've done the right thing there. You've sort of slowed down earlier and whatnot. Okay. And then we're gonna find a safe place to pull up on the left, mate. We'll just keep going for now.
Okay.
Get past this group of cars. We're going to talk about that left turn at that T junction there. We're doing all right now, though, aren't we? With this distance from cars, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just somewhere safe on the left, please, Nick.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right, let's make the car safe for me. Okay, so coming up to the end of that road then, when we turn left,
Yeah.
I really liked your mirrors and your signal and everything. They were really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about your position though on approach to that junction?
Position. I didn't turn enough, did I?
No, yeah, we sort of ended up still a bit straight, didn't we?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Almost in a position to sort of turn right.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
What's the risk there, do you think? So when we stop there and we're not having that good, we've not got that good position, what's the risk of sort of stopping in the wrong sort of position?
Things can get up on the left hand side,
Things can come up on the left, yeah. What else? Think about actually moving. What could happen? What did happen?
I went across the centre of the road, didn't I?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we hit the other side of the road a bit. Okay, you got it back quite quickly.
Yeah.
But that just then meant what? You're having to swing and oversteer and make more work for yourself. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we know why it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't get too close to the left side. Do you think that's something that you struggle with, or do you think it was a one-off?
I don't know.
I've never noticed it before.
No, I don't know. I think I've probably been watching other people drive and they just swing the car around.
Yeah. Okay. So what we've done before is, we've just sort of followed that curb, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think can help you guide yourself around that curb a little bit more next time?
I think if you can talk me through it.
Okay. You want me to help you through it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Everything else you think you'll be all right with?
Well, you said mirrors.
Everything else was fine.
I was looking to my right as well, wasn't I?
You was.
Was I looking too long to my right?
Yeah, maybe. Do you think that's why you sort of didn't get that position?
Probably. Yeah.
So just remember, when we look to the right, to come to the end of the road, just make sure it's a glance, not a stare.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you do stare for too long, you end up sort of, don't forget your hands follow your eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So, what gear did we approach that junction in? First. Do you think maybe helping would help if we did it just a little bit slower than what you did? Maybe just sort of roll up to it.
Yeah.
Maybe just so we can gauge your turn and stuff. Yeah. Shall I remind you about that as well?
Yes, yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay, so you're happy to sort of go on. You're responsible for everything else.
Yeah.
But I'm helping you with making sure that you get that good position.
Yeah.
Approaching the left turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right turn you're going to be all right with, aren't we? We did one there.
No. Yeah. I'm fine with the right turn.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So you're all right with just while we work on this, and then we'll carry on with the meeting situations.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you see the next road on the right?
Yes.
Just coming up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you fancy turning right there for me? Sunny, isn't it? Alright, we'll take the next road on the right, please, Nick. You'll love it around here. You know what we've been working on?
Yeah.
Alright, so just bear that in mind, what we've been working on, and you've done really well with. So let's have a look around here, look. Killing two birds with one stone here.
Yeah.
Working on what you've been working on, and we're also looking at these left turns, left emerging. I like your speed here, it's good. Okay, so once we get around this bend, we're going to turn left at the end of the road, please. Alright. Good. Let's think about your gear and your speed, mate. So gear 1.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now?
Yeah, gear 1 now. Keep the clutch down off the brake, let it roll.
Okay.
Follow the curb. Follow the curb.
Yeah.
Have a look, quick look to your right. How we're looking. We're looking alright?
Yeah.
Okay, clutch up. Nice and gently, back on the gas. We're good to go now. Did you see that? Did you see how we didn't hit the other side of the road?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, good stuff. Do you fancy having another go with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want me to help you this time, or do you want to have a go at it? Or?
I'll have a go at it.
You have a go at it?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. If you take the second road on the left, please. This is the first one.
Okay. Still a second. So
You were still a second, yeah. Do you think you needed third there, or do you think...
I don't know.
Not really an awful lot happening, is there? need second round here, though, don't we?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that left turn now?
Yeah, I think I'll be all right with it.
Okay.
I don't know what went wrong.
Just like you said, you know, maybe just looking too much to the right. You do need to look. You did the right thing. Just remember, we need to be looking both ways, don't we? As well.
Yeah.
So end of the road, we're going to turn left, please.
Mirrors.
Yeah.
Signal.
Yeah.
Brake check. Brake.
Yeah.
First gear. Don't bring the clutch up.
All right.
Check. 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 That's it.
Excellent. Really good there, mate. All right. I think that's something you'll be all right with now.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that anyway as we go along.
Yeah.
But shall we go back onto the meeting situations?
Yeah.
Making sure that we're all right with those. Yeah. Excellent. All right. If you could just find a safe place to pull up on the right-hand side of the road, please, mate. Can you guess why I've asked you to pull up on the right?
Yeah.
Bit of shade.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Make the car safe. All right, so end of that.
Yes.
What do you think?
That's good, wasn't it?
It was all right.
You identified the fault straight away.
Yeah.
It was fairly subtle, but it was still noticeable.
Yeah.
So it's about you as that driving instructor always watching what your learner's doing.
Yeah.
And you saw it, you said something about it, and we sorted it.
We sorted it. See it, say it, sort it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And what I mentioned it, obviously. I didn't go on about it all the time until, because I knew there was a right turn coming up, and I didn't want you as our learner.
Yes.
I wouldn't want my learner to, I've just made a mistake on a left turn.
Yeah.
I'm bloody hell, now I've got a right turn coming up.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't want to sort of worry the learner as such.
Yeah.
I wanted to just get that right turn out of the way because I knew it was the safest place, you know, the earliest place to get someone to pull up on the left.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it's easy for us because we you know, we do it and whatever, and for a PDI or someone preparing for the standards check who's not too confident with it, I just hope, you know, that they watch it and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it, you know, it was just a minor little thing, but it needed fixing. It can't be ignored.
No, you can't ignore it, because what they'll do is they'll just continue to make the same mistake again and again, and because you're not saying something better. It's not like you're criticising them. It's about making them aware of what they've just done, because that isn't how they should deal with the junction according to manuals that we've all read.
And it's regardless of what level that student's at. You could be on your way to the test centre. You know, they've had the driving test, they've had 40 hours worth of lessons.
Yeah.
They're on their way to the driving test, and they do a left turn like that. You know, that might be down to nerves,
Yes.
obviously. So that, you know, you might approach that a little bit differently, but they can just throw just a random thing in, can't they?
Yeah.
You've also got, I think, maybe prioritise it as well. So you do need to fix it, but is it that minor that you can sort of maybe integrate it into what you're already working on? So if you are working on right third exits at roundabouts, and on the way to the roundabout they forgot to check their mirrors to turn right at the end of the road before the roundabout, you can work on checking the mirrors, signalling right at the roundabout. You don't necessarily have to go to junctions and do that, because it's a transferable skill anyway.
Yes, it's transferable completely, isn't it?
So you don't have to go, oh, we was going to do roundabouts, but now let's go do junctions, right turns. Just it's because the issue was the mirrors. It wasn't necessarily the junction.
It was definitely the mirrors.
So you've got to just know and sort of think on your feet and think, can I fix this as a separate sort of adaptation, or can I fix it along the way? And I think normally mirrors can be fixed along the way,
Yeah, they can.
can't they?
Yeah, they can.
Really,
They can be
unless
fixed
it was a
along the way.
really major, serious sort of like, you know, mess up, they can be fixed along the way.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah,
Same as the signal can be fixed on the way.
same as the signal.
Lots of learner drivers of varying skills and abilities get the left and rights muddled up.
They do. Yeah,
Simple thing.
they do. All right,
All right.
shall we leave it there?
Yes.
Hope you like the video.